right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ben Harmon. I head up the 15-minute webinars. This week, we're going to do it on the digital wallet demo and keeping Arbor at the top of the wallet. I really like this topic because it helped me learn a lot when I was building it. Being even in the realm for 13 years, there's still a lot about some of this new technology that called me old. Maybe I didn't even understand or take need of it. But this is really cool, and I learned a lot of things, and I really hope that you learned something too. I'm going to go through and kind of define what a virtual or digital wallet is. Some people call it virtual wallet. Go through just some kind of the back end. I'm going to show you a video of how to do it, and then at the end, I'll just give you a little demo on my phone of what it looks like. Now, I do have an iPhone, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay. They are all relatively the same. They all work the same. How they interact with the devices that you scan at are the same. However, I will demo my Apple phone because that's what I have. However, if any of you have a different phone and you require extra help, feel free to respond to the email I send out with a recording of this video, and we can link up one-on-one and we can walk through if you have some questions. But without further ado, I always like to start with a quote. Your mobile device has quickly become the easiest portal into your digital self. I mean, think about really how much you use your phone. I know every Sunday I get the reporting from my phone telling me how many hours per day I use. Sometimes it's 2-3 hours a day. It does seem like a lot. However, I do use my phone a lot for work too, emails, stuff like that. But I definitely do have the leisure time in there of strolling the social medias and news and stuff like that as well. However, it seems like the natural progression of having all of our social media and our games and some of our other things on there. Why not have our wallet? Well, this technology has been out for quite a while, but simply what it is it's card information normally found in your wallet, stored digitally on your phone. Then it's used to make contactless purchases via your phone's near field transmitter or NFC, or as an encrypted transaction. Now that sounds kind of technical, but really it is just taking what's in your wallet. You already have your pictures from your wallet, right? You have photos on your phone, have your debit cards, your credit cards, your loyalty cards, all these different things that now can be stored on your phone. And there are some securities and some additional layers of security that actually is pretty smart to start using. And this is what I started finding out more about it, but it is fast and convenient. Literally, if you have your phone on and you just come near the device, it will literally pull out your default card for you and ask if that's what you want to use. So you don't literally have to go through, swipe, look for the app or anything. Literally, you just go like this with your phone, so it shows the back picture, and you put it near the device, and it will ask you if that's the purchase you want to make. Sometimes at that point, we'll do a couple different things, but it is fast, convenient. It is safe and more secure, and we'll get into that in just a moment. It is good for the everyday purchases. I know when this technology first came out, it was like, wow, this is great. But then there wasn't a lot of merchants that had it, or it wasn't working, or you've heard those. But now it's actually quite the opposite, and it's actually going to start being something where it's required for merchants to have this contactless, touchless kind of payment. Now, again, this is not going to do away with cash. Cash, I know some people, cash is king. Fortunately, it is, but it doesn't get you benefits anymore. Like if you go pay something in cash, there really isn't much of a benefit you get anymore. However, cash does buy things that you sometimes can't use a card for. There are places that don't take cash. Going to the fair just last weekend at this week at Allegan County Fair, there was a lot of places that only took cash. Even the ticket place only took cash. So there are still some spots that you're going to want to carry cash. And I'm pleased. I'm not trying to take that out of anybody's pocket. I know a lot of times when we look at new technologies, that's usually the first thing people say is, I just carry cash. And I'm like, well, cash is great. Cash has no repercussions, though. If you lose your wallet, it's not coming back. I mean, you might have gotten the Good Samaritan that turns it in, but generally, that's the findings fee. And it should be the new form of primary payment. And here's why. How much more secure is it actually, right? So with all the extra things we do to protect ourselves from fraud, this is another level of security. Best part is it's already on your smart device. And it could be literally the easiest technology you've ever learned because you don't have to do much. And hopefully by the end of this webinar, you'll understand that. But it puts protection on every purchase, right? And what I mean by that is when you go and scan your card, right? You scan your card into your device, it doesn't actually get that card number. It's a different number. And I'll talk more about that here in just a second, but it's a different number than what's on your card. And when you use the NFC, the near field communication, this isn't like the scare of back in the day when people had those RFID chips, right? The cards that you could pay wave, kind of scan by something. This is different. This does not have that accessibility. Someone can't just bump up against you and steal your card information. That's not a thing. this only works within, I think it was like 16 centimeters. So this device only can work within 16 centimeters of the phone. So you literally have to know the device is touching another device. And generally these devices they have at the store, there's usually a box, a big box goes behind it. It requires a different type of power source. So they make it nearly, I won't say impossible, but once we're done with explaining the other security catches in here, it's nearly impossible to steal your information through an NFC device. And again, the account number is not the same that's on your card. And then actually what happens is when you do scan your device, it sends the phone's account numbers, right? So whatever account number your bank assigns to it, and it's unique to that specific transaction. So even if that compromise, that thing you scanned at is compromised, that device, it's not the same number, even the last transaction. And then on top of that, it also sends a transaction specific dynamic security code, or essentially a PIN. So it sends an account number that's not the one on your debit card, or it's not similar to any other transactions that you've done with your phone, and another PIN. Okay, so this device only works within 16 centimeters. It has two different account numbers. One's a PIN. And you also generally have to open your phone with the security device, and you do the facial recognition or the thumbprint, right? So you open your phone normally, you should have that to protect all your device stuff. But then when you go to scan it, it's going to either ask for a PIN, a thumbprint, or facial recognition, depending on kind of device you have. Again, so you think about, you're adding like 4 or 5 layers of security to this transaction that it does it automatically. You literally just pull your phone out, go boop, turn it on, type your password, make it look at your face, and the transaction is done. And it just encrypted that transaction all the way through. The best part about it is your bank or card issuer, like Visa, MasterCard, or even like Arbor, they can verify it real time, right? They can literally sit there and boop, comes in, and we do have people that watch that stuff. We usually rely on Visa to do a lot of that with our cards. They just have more staff essentially, but they have more people that are able to do that and see it real time. But they can literally real time compare that PIN that you got in that transaction, because it's specific to that one transaction, and see that it was actually from your device. So there is so much security that is added in this virtual wallet that I challenge you not to use this as a secondary form of payment. Like, oh, I got my wallet, but if I lose my wallet, I got my phone, which is what a lot of people reverted to. Make it the primary. Keep that plastic as backup, because it is great for the everyday use, right? So, and again, this should be the primary. And if you tried it once and it didn't work out, time to try it again, because you can, continue to get your rewards like you do on your credit cards if you have the rewards, or at any bank. And again, this is contactless, does not store the account number, and you can still get what you're using on your card. It is accepted at over 85% of U.S. retailers. This is not just saying they have the device, it's saying it has the device and it works. So you still find some, the other 15% are probably cash carrying retailers or something along the lines of that. And there's so much more you can do to it, like your plane tickets. I just traveled on Delta, moving my dad down to Georgia, and I had to fly back. I didn't even have paper tickets. I just pulled my wallet out, pulled my tickets up, my Delta app dumped it right into my virtual wallet, my digital wallet. Also concert tickets. Went to a Red Wings game, went to a show up at Van Andel. So there's a lot of different things you can do on top of that. And also, it can hold your loyalty card. So if you have like a Rite Aid or a Walgreens or even like Panera, those will all be stored in there. So it's much more than just your debit and credit card. It's a lot of things. It's the stuff that you carry in your wallet. And that's why they cleverly call it the digital wallet, right? Everything you had manually is now digital, but it's more secure, and there's extra layers of security. Now, I'm going to show you a quick video of what that looks like to add it. And again, this is an Apple phone. I got this from the Apple's website, but it is chopped a little bit to be right to the point of how easy it is to add your card. Just that simple. Seriously, just that simple. You go in there, and again, the Google phones, the Androids, they are similar in that aspect. Just a quick tap, add card, scan it or enter it manually. It's going to verify with your bank, and it's in your wallet. And then in your wallet, you can design a lot of different things. And I'm going to show you that here. Stop sharing. So I'm going to show you that right here on my phone and kind of what that looks like, because so here I got the virtual wallet app right here, this little guy. And see right here, so when I pull that up, my last transaction was a Speedway transaction, so it keeps record of it. But if I hit done, here's all my other stuff, right? So here's my Delta plane tickets that I just flew on Delta, right? Here is my Red Wings tickets that I went to, all QR code, and everybody, they just work so well, and it's so nice that's organized. And I can even keep other trips, like ones I took a year ago. I can go look back and see all my plane tickets that I've taken for years. And so there's a lot of great benefits of it. Again, I'm really surprised about the security, the additional layers of security. I didn't know much about the NFC device. I just assumed it was Bluetooth. And then I was totally wrong. It's a near field communication device. And so every phone has them. It's not to be confused with the PayWave. But a lot of times you got to understand, this is a new technology that I think is really going to stick. I mean, I've been in the realm for about 13 years. I've seen technologies come and go, like the PayWave, where you just had the chip that read it, but that was easily compromised. This is going to stick. There's places that don't even have scanners anymore. They just have that little blue pad. Like I know Walgreens, like that scanner doesn't work all the time. You have to use PayWave, or you have to use the digital wallet. So check it out. If you don't have time to do it at home, take your smart device, stop at an Arbor branch. Our bankers would love to sit down with you. If you have not met your banker recently, it's a great time to do that. Better know them than when something really comes up and you're stressed, then you're meeting a new person. So stop in, maybe talk to them. This is a safe way of doing it. When you have your wallet up though, just know that this also helps encrypt your online purchases as well. So if you use it for your online purchases, a lot of times, like, so they call it here on the Apple phone, they call it Apple Cash, right? This is like sending people money. But if you have it linked up to your checking account, it does the same thing. So it'll help you make purchases online, like eBay, Amazon, Macy's, whatever place you do your digital shopping at. And it'll actually do the same kind of thing. It has a layer of security. It does not give your actual account number, and it gives a transaction specific code or a PIN. So it does make everything safer. And that's really why I wanted to do this webinar, was not because I'm trying to get you to do this virtual and it's going to make everything hard. This should be easy. I mean, I literally scan my card, it's in right away within 30 seconds and it's ready to go. I love having my phone on me because there's a lot of times like I don't want my wallet. I got a wallet that's like this thick, and I'm sitting down on a pelvic lift. And it's just trying to get rid of the wallet in general because you just don't need it anymore. Yeah, you might have your driver's license, but trust me, that's coming. You can even keep your car insurance in your virtual wallet. I mean, there's so many things, and it's just scratching the surface. So I really recommend checking it out. Hopefully this is informative for you a little bit. And again, I do send this out as a recording. Feel free if it's one-off. But was there any questions that anybody had before we disembarked today? Any questions? I know I talk a little fast sometimes. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you tuning in. Check out our webinar next Thursday. It's Scams and Fraud of Southwest Michigan, Q3. So if you want to be up to date on what scams are coming through Southwest Michigan, check on back. We'd love to have you there. Again, those webinars are recorded. So even if you sign up for a webinar and don't actually attend it live, you are on the email list to get it sent recorded to you. And it's also stored under our Learn tab on our Arbor FCU page. So again, thank you for tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful, it's a beautiful day out there in Michigan. Hope you enjoy it.